Alright, so we're attacking that ship, huh? Altitude stable at 1559 arc. Crossing into Liberalian airspace now. Set course for Valeria Lake. Roger. Doesn't look like Liberalian airships noticed us. Stealth functionality, nice little piece of tech they loaded us up with. If we didn't have the doohickey, we'd be causing a bit of a fuss right about now, you know? I mean, forget us. Imagine what would happen if those liberal hicks saw that monster coming for them. Don't I wish I could see that? What? Are we under attack? The hell are you idiots panicking for? Check the damn radar. Contact. One small ship approaching from 4 o'clock. Database match found. The Kapua Sky Bandit ship Bobcat. Rainford make. Sky Bandits? Airship battle. I want my airship battle. Let's go get them. They're trying to fly away. I don't think they can lose the Bobcat. That one just popped out of existence. Oh, there's Joshua. Now. You're lucky that the wind's not going to blow you. Oh, okay, just a grapple hook. Got it. Okay, fine. Alright, it worked. Oh, so it did. Time for us to beat it then. The airship is breaking off? What do we do? Do we pursue? No, leave them alone. If they were Royal Army, we'd have to pike them all. But we don't have the time to bother with small fries. Understood. Right now our only job is clearing the glorious flight path. Let's head back for base for now. We should let Sir Campanella know about the bandits. You want to climb up there? There you go. Look at those massive guns. Jeez. Like, what do you need to take out? Ha! They're pulling out as well. Everything went exactly like he thought it would. Yeah. Gisette, don't worry. It's Joshua Stray we're talking about. He'll come back safe. Yeah, he will. He's got a promise to keep after all. Who do you think you are, thinking you have a chance? Whereabouts of Bonds? Chapter 6. Oh boy, I was wondering if he wanted to get the last word in. The Blade Lord is bold, if nothing else. No kidding. And I really screwed up in letting him get away. Sorry guys, I've got no excuse. No, you made the right choice in letting him go. A graveyard is no place for the living to settle their arguments. Hamill, though, why is that causing an itch in the back of my skull? Yeah, didn't Lo mention that before? Do you know anything, Chloe? I don't, I'm sorry. I imagine grandmother would know something, but given that it seems to be some kind of state secret, she may not be willing to tell me until I'm older. Oh, good point. How about you, Olivier? Hamel's in Erebonia, right?
It is, although even we don't speak of it much, so it's always a surprise to hear it brought up in conversation.
Oh, why's that?
Hamel was a village in the southernmost reaches of the Empire, near the Liberalian border. I say was, for you will find it on no map of the Empire today.
Huh? It's not gone, is it?
The village was demolished in a landslide some time ago. A number of the residents lost their lives then. As I understand it, it is now little more than empty ruins and ghosts.
That's awful.
So that's it, huh?
But still, even if a lot of people died, there's no excuse for his actions.
I have undersold the scale of the disaster, I think. Rumor says that very few of the villagers survived. Only rescue units saw precisely what happened, but few living these days can claim to know a Hamel resident.
It was that bad?
It's not unheard of for landslides to swallow entire settlements. There's sometimes called mountain tsunamis because of how they create waves of pure rock and earth.
It's an odd thing to suddenly bring up in context, however. I mean, what in the world would Hamel have to do with Her Majesty and General Morgan, or Liberal at all?
Alas, at this point we don't know anything enough to confirm or deny anything. Let me poke my old nose around the various corners of the guild to see what I can find out. And enough about Hamel for now. We've other business. First of all, let me give you payment for all you've done. Dragon Assault Case. Dragon Pursuit. You went through quite a lot with this dragon mass. You've done the name of the guild proud.
You really think so?
We still didn't stop whatever experiment they were running. Don't think we can claim much of a victory on this one.
This also means they've conducted experiments in all of Liberal's major regions. We have to figure out what the society plans to do as soon as we can.
Yes, about that. Why don't you all take a break for a little while?
Huh?
Rest? But Shara just said... Oh, I heard, but I'm serious. You've been running around from Rouen to Grancel and to here, solving case after case with barely so much as a time to sleep. If you don't take at least a single moment to unwind, you'll snap your springs.
But we can't just take a break in the middle of something so important.
We need to be able to get out there if they pull something. I don't know if we can just slack off, but the old man does have a point. The army's patrol have kicked into high gear thanks to the dragon shenanigans. They should be able to handle any immediate danger, I think. And I've been meaning to mention, it seems Kurt's team has found it.
Huh? It? Wait, like... You mean they found Ouroboros' base?
Yes. Kurt reported they got a solid lead a few days ago. If they pinpoint the base, you'll be busy again soon enough. So I really think it would be a good idea to rest while you can.
Yeah, I see.
In that case, I'll take you up on that, Lugerin. Remember, part of the Bracer's duty is to ensure he can keep performing his duties. Getting rest is part of that.
True enough.
Well, I guess the world ain't gonna end if we take a breather. Bracer wisdom prevails again. Zin, you are a sage and a gentleman. Alright, one sec. Sorry about that. Still, Lugrin, given that you're suggesting a break, I assume you have a destination in mind. Sharp, Olivier. Truth be told, I got a little something nice from Mayor Maybelle. She wanted to separate from your normal pay for the dragon business.
Huh? What else could she be paying us with?
Oh, just a reservation at the Kingfisher Inn on the lakefront to the south. She's paid for all of you to stay there for 3 days.
Seriously? Sweet. Ah, the hospitality of Bose's beautiful mare once again shines like a beacon through the fog of weariness. Yes, it's just like Maybelle to do something like this. So we're going on a vacation, right? To the Kingfisher Inn? Mm-hmm, that's right. It's a luxurious inn with a fantastic view of Valeria Lake. They're famous for their food, fine spirits, and they provide boats for going out onto the lake. That sounds great. This does sound like a nice little vacation. Yeah, if we gotta take a load off Kingfisher's close to the best place in Liberal to do it. You got that right. Let's not waste Mayor Maybelle's kindness, guys. Come on. Oh. You may now reconfigure your party. Swap party members and their gear in and out as needed. Okay. Oh, so now I can choose 3 people. Alright. Let's see. Let's get everyone who's not...
Ready?
What was that?
Ready?
Alright. I guess Zin. One sec. Yeah, sure. Equipment. Zin, I've been meaning to give this to you for a while. Alright, does anyone else have any equipment they need upgrading? Nope, okay. What about weapons? Wow, not even give all of your higher level defense, huh? Let's see. You can do it with an HP 4, I guess. You still get to keep mine 3. Then Zin. You feel like the least touched upon in my entire party. You are the least touched upon. Holy cow. I don't really have anything. Oh, here's what I can do. Except the main. And then go over here. Give you a defense 3. And maybe... instead of... I guess shield. Alright. Sure. Alright, we'll head for the Kingfisher Inn first. Thanks for doing this, guys. Make sure we all get checked in. Lugren called ahead of us, so I doubt we'll have too much trouble getting rooms for everyone. Leave it to us, Estelle. Well, they'll be fine on their own. Okay, so we should probably check the guild board just in case, don't you think? I mean, the whole dragon mess has died down, but it might have kicked up some other issues. I'm still kind of worried. Well, Lugren did have a point earlier, remember? There is some wisdom in not overdoing it and simply going to enjoy the lakefront. You have a point. Alright, let's just tie up the loose ends and head to the Valeria Lake. As you say. Quests. Memories of distant days. Searching for a relative who went missing 10 years ago. Okay. Merchant Escort. Looking for a bracer escort to Ravennue Village. Difficulty medium. It's only for one way. South Block, Central Street. Trino Manor, 2nd floor, Murano. Alright. First off, I'm going over to the south side to do some Orbital stuff. Let's see. Zin has nothing upgraded. Now he has everything. Shara has everything. Olivier just needs 3. But his are costly, so he can wait just a little bit. Oh wow, can't afford that. Can I afford an EP Cut 4? Yes, I can. Only one, though. And that is going to Estelle. Oh, wow. I only had an EP Cut 2 on earlier. There we go. Alright, Zin, I guess you get to have the other. Alright, maybe. I can't afford any of that. Made 4. Alright, we're good. Let's see. Alright, so we need to find this manor place. Alright, where did he want us to meet? This one. Looking for a bracer to escort to Ravennue village. You know what, I'll go to the bar. Not to the bar. Here we are. So someone here is looking for a relative that went missing 10 years ago. You there. Get out of my way. The golden risotto. Is it you?
Pardon, can I have a moment?
Of course. Oh.
What is it?
Yeah, I believe that's a woman.
Are you Corna? We're from the Bracer Guild. Oh my, yes, thank you for coming. I've been waiting. This must be about my request. Nice to meet you then. I'm Estelle Bright, Senior Bracer. My apologies for calling on you like this, but I fear I have no other resources left to me. This will take some time to explain. Can you hear me out? Of course, go ahead. If this will take a while, then there's no need to stand around here. Let us have a seat and talk. Good idea. Let me see if I can claim us a table.
How about that one right in front of us?
So, ma'am, you're searching for someone, yes? Someone you haven't seen in 10 years, was it? Yes, I'm searching for my niece. Her name is Ravennue. If she's alive, she would be about 20 now. Wait, if she's alive, I don't quite... wait, 10 years ago. I think I can guess what this is about.
The 100 Days War, of course.
Oh,
Yes, exactly. When hostilities broke out, my sister was staying in this city. She wasn't able to get out before the Imperial Army reached the city. Thanks to an acquaintance of my sister's, I soon learned of her and her husband's passing. And while I never had word of exactly what happened to Ravennue, well, it was easy to just assume. It's been 10 long years. I'd completely given up, assuming Ravennue had long since joined the goddess. But very recently I learned something new. A source told me that Ravennue had not only survived, but had been adopted by someone here in Beauvais. So then, you think Ravenneue's alive? Honestly, I don't know yet. I barely dare to hope. And what's worse, my source was vague. I have no idea who adopted her. Oh, that makes things harder. But my heart still tells me to believe the sweet little girl my sister loved is still alive. I must believe, which is why I beg you, help me. We understand, ma'am, don't worry. It's definitely worth investigating. We don't have much in the way of clues, though. All we have is a name and an age, right? I do have a photograph of Ravennue as well. A photo? That'd help. Yes, it's not much, but... Aw, she's adorable. Oh my goodness, there goes my blood sugar.
Huh, quite. I assume this is her at age 10.
Yes, it was taken right on her 10th birthday, just before her family left on holiday.
Estelle, you seem distracted. Is something amiss?
Oh, it's nothing really. I was just kind of mad, I guess. An innocent little kid caught up in that stupid war.
It is hard to find the words. It falls to us, then, to make it right.
Yeah.
Ma'am, we will take the photograph if you don't mind.
Please, by all means. Well, we know what she looks like now, but how are we actually gonna do this? Ravennue could be anywhere. She might not even be in Beauvais anymore. We do have the photograph. It's very possible someone will remember her. Do you think that'll work? Well, it has only been 10 years. Even if no one remembers exactly what happened to her, there's a fair chance someone will at least remember her. It's our best shot, I guess. Let's start asking around then. Please, you are my only hope. If you find anything out, come by here again. We will.
I'm going to go chase a hunch. This is my gut feeling, nothing more.
Excuse me.
Only remaining concern is the young mistress's health. We shall take care to ensure she does not overwork herself. Alright, first I want to speak to Mayor Maybelle, who I believe usually isn't here.
Hello again, everyone. Thank you all for your hard work. If you're wondering about the Goldia crystal, don't worry, I'll use it very carefully. By the way, has Lugren told you about the arrangements I made? Yeah, he just told us. We'll be glad to abuse your hospitality if you don't mind. Abuse it to your heart's content. I know it isn't much of a holiday, but do try to get some rest. Oh, we intend to. Yeah, don't worry, we'll take it easy. They do say resting is part of a bracer's job. Have a good holiday, everyone.
Okay, my hunch might not be right in this case.
Hello, everyone. You have my most sincere thanks for helping Miss Maybelle. Yeah. I kind of feel like you're the one who suffered the most in all this. Are you sure you're okay? I am fine. Please do not worry on my account. More importantly, I believe you are heading to the Kingfisher Inn on Mayor Maybelle's investigation. You have been working very hard between the dragon case and other things. Please enjoy this chance to relax. Miss Maybelle worries after you greatly. Aw, thanks. We'll enjoy ourselves, trust me.
I ask of you to look at this.
That picture. Yeah, you see...
Estelle explained that the group was looking for Corna's niece, who went missing in the 100 Days War.
I see. Do you have any idea who's in this photo? No, I'm afraid not. You're sure? You looked just a bit surprised when you saw it. Yes, I was struck by how much that girl resembles an acquaintance. I was a little unsure if it was her. I'm sorry, but I must get back to work. Pardon me.
You might know something.
This is... Estelle, where in the world did you get this picture? Well...
Estelle explained that the group was looking for Corna's niece who went missing in the 100 Days War.
Is that so? Why has this come up now of all times? Why do I get the feeling you have some idea of what's up? I may at that. Out of curiosity, have you shown that photograph to Lila yet? Yeah, actually we showed it to her just a bit ago. Did you now? Did she say anything? Yeah, she really freaked out for a moment when she saw it. She didn't say much of anything though. Though it was so obvious she was hiding something, it almost hurt. I see. Blast it, Lila. Why? I suppose it falls on me to explain. I think I'm a little lost. You know the girl in the picture? Of course I do. I've known the girl in that picture for ages, and she's very important to me. Because that girl in the picture is Lila. Say what?
Oh, the orchestra hits as the truth is revealed to the stage. Certainly not what I expected.
You're sure? Completely and absolutely. Lila came to our home on a certain day 10 years ago. The day the army of Erebonia began its assault on the city of Bose. No way! When Father returned after assisting in the evacuation of much of the citizenry, he had a girl with him. Father would only say that she had been entrusted to him by strangers. That girl was Lila. Now that I look, she was even wearing the same clothes then, though they were bloody and torn. That more or less matches Corna's testimony. I think we have our answer. One thing though, the names. We are looking for a girl named Rhina, not Lila. Rhina? So that was Lila's old name. Yeah, that's what Corna told us at least. Hang on, you didn't know Lila's real name, Mayor Maybelle? No, she never told us.
Wait a moment, she did not give you her name. I cannot imagine she did not know her own name at that age.
I wish she could have given us her name or anything in those days. When Lila came to live with us, she could barely say anything at all. How can I even describe it? It was as if she was in a state where she'd forgotten how to speak entirely. How would that even...
I have heard that extreme mental shock can temporarily rob one of the ability to speak. And if something terrible were to happen to a child, dragons give her strength. What did she witness that day?
Yes, her soul was far more hurt than her body when she came to live with us. We all tried our best, but Lila always kept a little distance between herself and everyone else, so we never learned her true name. So how did she get the name Lila then? Father gave it to her. It was inconvenient to say the least for her to remain nameless. I see. I think we understand now. All that's left is to ask her. Yes, there's only one thing to do. Let me get Sarah to bring her here. I brought her, milady. Thank you, Sarah. Would you leave us for a bit? Of course, pardon me. Lila, come here. Well, what would you ask of me, Miss Maybelle? Our bracer friends showed me this photograph. That's certainly a familiar face, isn't it? Lila, this is you, isn't it? I think I can guess why you're remaining quiet. You're concerned about Father, aren't you? I know you feel as though you owe Father a great debt. But Lila, I don't want that to be a burden on your life, and I know he wouldn't either. A burden? Yes, it's why you haven't said anything about this all this time, isn't it? You feel obligated to remain here out of debt to what Father did. That is, well, Father said it often, didn't he? Those trapped by the shackles of the past can never blaze a new trail. Lila, you've done more for our family than could ever been imagined, ever have been expected or asked of you. You don't need to keep shackling yourself to the past. Go meet this corner woman. Meet her and reclaim your life. Miss Maybelle, I understand what you're trying to say. Unfortunately, however, the Rhina you are searching for is no longer with us. Huh? What do you mean? Rhina was killed in the 100 Days' War alongside her parents. She rests peacefully somewhere in this land. That is what I've told myself all these years. Because if I didn't, it would be too sad, too lonely to bear. Oh, Lila. Lila! I can't believe this. I've been such an idiot. You've been bearing all this within you all this time. I should have... Lila? I don't think you need to lie to yourself anymore, don't you? I'm sorry? Mere Maybelle, Sarah, Rainer, the people of the market. I bet a lot of others around town, too. Everyone thinks of you as part of their family, Lila. There's no way you're alone anymore. Estelle, indeed.
Yes, I agree. If it may simply be my humble opinion, but you are hardly alone here. Indeed. If nothing else, you have the passionate love of Olivier Lenheim.
Lila, are you listening? Do you see what they mean? You're one of the most... No, with Father gone, you're the most precious, important person in my life. So, saying you're alone like that... Please don't say something so terribly sad. You've never been alone, Lila, ever. Miss Maybelle. And Lila? Lying to yourself to forget something painful is exactly what Father hated to see, someone trapped by their past. Father entrusted us both with such a valuable lesson. Please don't let it go to waste. Lila, go meet Corna, please. Or does what Father taught us mean so little to you? Very well, I'll accept defeat. Miss Maybelle, you're terrible. How is anyone meant to say no to an argument like that? That, my dear Lila, is the secret to driving a hard bargain.
All right, that's it.
Whew, good to see that that's all settled. Yes, I'm glad. Come on then, let's go meet her. Pardon? Go meet... you're coming, Miss Maybelle? I don't think it's a problem. With her father passed away, she has to go in his stead. Yes, precisely. Come on, Lila, let's be off. All right. I'll accompany you then. Oh, no, you don't. I'm the one accompanying you this time. Come on, get in front of me. Left, right, let's go. But it's okay, Lila. After all, you're the star this time. Precisely. See, Listen to the smart bracer lady. Come on, hurry up. Hurry now, I'll be right behind you. Maybelle. I see. To think things got so complicated. Rhina, I'm so sorry we didn't come looking for you. I wish we could have found you sooner. No, Auntie, don't apologize. It wasn't anyone's fault, except maybe that of the times. And over the last 10 years, I can honestly say I've been very happy. Miss Maybelle, thank you so very much. I owe you and your father a debt that can never be repaid. No, not at all. If anything, I should be grateful to you and your sister and her husband. Lila has been such an important part of my life. I should say Rhina, I'm sorry. No, please call her as you have. That is the name she has here, after all. I'm just glad to know she has been safe and happy, no matter her name. Miss Maybelle, I beg you, please continue to take care of her. Well, I would certainly love for her to remain with us, but do you not intend to take her home with you? Oh, I plan to at first, of course, but seeing her now, I couldn't be so cruel. To continue living here with the people she loves and all her friends. No one who loves her could take her away from that. Auntie Corna. Now, Dumpling, don't make that face. Of course, I do hope you'll visit your uncle and me every once in a while. I know the distance will make it difficult, but we would both love it. Why would distance be an issue? I didn't mention, but our home is quite far away. You know where the Lehman State is, I take it? The Lehman State? Of course I've heard of it. That's where the guild has its training ground and headquarters. Most bracers have heard of it, yes. I see, so Lila's not from Liberal. That does sort of explain the kind of unique feeling she's always given off. Even by airship, it's quite a trip. I do hope you will come and visit someday, but even then, I will keep in touch. I will too, and I promise I'll find the time to visit. I'll be counting the days until then. Now, Rhina, let me get another good look at you. You really are the image of your mother. I look like Mother? That you do, not just in appearance, but even the way you move, your speech. You really are so like your mother when she was your age. I'm sure she has been watching over you. Your wonderful new friends and family. It's what she would have wanted. Live happily, my Rhina, for your mother's sake as well. I will, Auntie. I promise I will.
Oh, my heart. Oh, that is so beautiful.
Say, Lila. Yes, Miss Maybelle? About what we were discussing earlier. When were you planning on doing it? My trip back to Lehman, you mean? I haven't quite decided yet. Alright. Just be sure and let me know when you're going well in advance, okay? I'll need to adjust my schedule. What do you mean, Miss Maybelle? Well, I am going with you after all. I really want to see what your home was like. Besides what? I was thinking it would be really nice to hear some stories from your childhood. I know you've heard all sorts of stories about me from before you came to live here. And I need to find some kind of embarrassing chink in the armor of yours, or I won't be able to do anything with you. So you're after my naughtiest secrets. Well, I'm afraid I shall have to disappoint you, Miss Maybelle. My early childhood was one of exquisite conduct. Unlike certain infamous tomboys who would be scandalized should their past be made public, I have nothing to fear. Oh, really? I wouldn't underestimate my ability to sniff out the truth if I were you. Well, let's see what you can manage. I'll let you know as soon as I've made a decision. Please do, Lila. Anyway, what's on the agenda for today? You have regularly scheduled meetings inside the manor from morning until tea time. Afterward, you will attend the review board for applicants to the market. Wait, the review board? That's today? Oh, Idios, just struck me dead. I have to read those applicant evaluations right away. Lila, hurry, we've got to move it. Oh goodness, something tells me I won't be going to Lehman for a while.
How sweet. Oh, that was interesting. I just had a hunch that it was Lila, because, I don't know, that picture. Alright. Question. Do I still have it? No, I don't. Okay. Oh yeah, I still have my junior bracer emblem. And here's my regular bracer emblem. I don't... Oh, I do still have it. Why do I still have it? Why do I still have any of this? Why can't I use any of this? Actually... I can't play it, can I? Alright, so the other quest. Merchant Escort. Looking for a bracer escort to Ravennue village. Person to be escorted is one young woman. Okay. Contact at South Block, Central Street, 11, Trino Manor, 2nd floor, Verano. Alright, well I guess we start by going to the South Block. Alright, so 1-1. Is there a way to tell? Wow, I got lucky.
Excuse me. You're Miss Mirano, right? Yes, that's right. You all must be bracers.
I am but an assistant, but you are correct. You desire escort to Ravennue village, yes?
That's right. I'd like to head to that lovely little town and have a look at their orchards. Though, if I may, you look a little young for a bracer. Are you quite sure you can do this? Excuse me, ma'am. I am a certified senior bracer. I'm totally capable of doing this. I can fully vouch for Estelle's abilities as a bracer, ma'am. If that's unsatisfactory, I'm afraid you'll have to wait for another local bracer to become available. Oh my, I suppose you really can't judge by a cover. I always liked putting my own covers on my books anyway. I'll trust you, young lady. How about it, shall we be off? Sure, we're ready when you are. Very good, let us be off then. So we're going to Ravennue, right? In that case, we'll want to head out the west gate of the city.
Right, and then up the mountain road.
I'll meet you by the west gate. I imagine you have a few things to prepare before we go. Yeah, a little prep work would be great, thanks. We'll be right there. Very good. Don't keep me waiting long now.
I forgot that people can just leave like that.
Let's get going.
Of course. Alright, sorry about that. That was a much longer break than it should have been. Alright, so we gotta go ahead to the west exit. I should probably talk to the client. You're like, hey, you ready to go?
Ah, there you are. I've been waiting. Shall we proceed then? Whenever you're ready, ma'am. Our goal is Ravennue Village, right? Yes, I think we all know the road by now, but remember, this time Miss Mirano is with us. We should avoid contact with monsters whenever possible. Yes, quite so. What a waste of time a fight would be. Why keep me out of danger, and I may just give you a nice little bonus. We'll do our best, ma'am. let's be off then. Unless he has like the sniff cords, I should be fine since I have haze. If you're gonna pull that stuff on me. Well, I haven't saved since then. Alright, let's stay clear of the monsters. I think we can manage that. Just know that our human conga line is a lot bigger than it normally is. A lot bigger. One person bigger. Don't insult the client. Gotta do a little Metal Gear dodging. It's this guy that I have problems with. There we go. No monsters. Haha. There you go. No monsters whatsoever. Yeah, if you were looking for orchards, they've been kind of steered away. So it's exactly as I heard. They've already started to rebuild their orchards little by little. Well, they certainly have their work cut out for them, but they're taking a step in the right direction. Yeah, they're getting all kinds of help from all over, too. I'm sure they'll be just fine. Yes, I believe in them. I wish we merchants could be of some aid to them. Huh? I don't know. Are you thinking of trying to save Ravennue? Oh my, no. I have no intention of setting myself up as some kind of savior to these people. I'm ultimately just here for business. I'm going to look at the orchards and get a feel for how bad the situation is. Of course, if things are looking up, I can always invest. Well then, I should be going to work. Okay, that means this is goodbye then. It is indeed. I must declare I sorely misjudged you earlier. I'll contact Lugren and arrange a bonus for you. Huh? Really? Why would I lie about a thing like that? You've earned it. Be careful on your way back. We will. Good luck with your work. And we're done. Alright, so before we go and continue plot, we've got some stuff to take care of. This feels familiar. Back when in Trails in the Sky, the first game, had to keep going back for pretty much every chapter because I missed something. And here it's 2 Gambler Jack volumes, a hidden quest, and some dialogue. Alright, back in Bose. Now we gotta go south. Actually, first we gotta report to the guild because I want that money. $5,000 Mira. C+. Grail Locket. Wait, is that what I think it is? Good work. Where is it? 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 Of course it'd be at the top. Or not. No. There it is. Hey! Booyah! Grail Locket. Prevents all abnormal statuses, except for KO, so... Yep. I feel back to normal now. Alright, so... We've got our... ultimate accessory again. Oh, hey. Hey, everyone. Should be able to cover Bose now. Sorry you had to spend time filling in for me. And the market's back. Cool. Let's do a little shopping. Eh. Ah, Dad, that doesn't go on that shelf. Come on, keep it together. You made the same mistake just a bit ago. Hey, welcome. I decided to stay around Bose and help with the store for a while longer. After all, I put a lot of work on my wife and Palm's shoulder. I'd like to repay the debt, just at least a little. The shop. Laundry pole plus chain belt. The cleaver. I'm good. Alright, shop. The volume 6. I can buy one. Don't matter. What you got? $5,400 AP and KO. Jeez. Alright, let's see. What you got? Cotton stuffed vest. Prevents petrify. I don't have any, so buy a couple. A cute headband adorned. Just out of curiosity. Let's see. Cat ear band. Nope. Okay. Just wondering if it changed anything. It doesn't. Poison and freeze. Okay. You there. Seems like the ancient dragon went off somewhere. Thank God us for that. Now I can work on getting ready to reopen without concern. Alright. He's probably got some good stuff waiting for us then, in that case. You there. Let me buy your wares. Let me buy everything. Nope. There we go. Okay, you. Here we go. Okay, I think I'm good now. Alright. Anyway, so we're over at Mayor Maybelle's residence to talk to both Lila, or was it Lila or Lily? I think it was Lila. Anyway, to talk to the maid and Mayor Maybelle herself, because now after the whole quest with Lila and her family, they have things to say about it. So yeah, it's basically, you know, hey, Mayor Maybelle wants to travel with me when we go see our family. I can see that being pretty difficult. Because don't they, if I remember right, don't they live in like Ravennue? And I ask this because I'm recording this after having completed the game. Yeah, that's how long I've procrastinated doing this part. I'm already in Trails in the Sky 3rd. But it is no big deal. I just hope I can get back into a good routine soon. I'm still trying to figure out like when the best time to record is. Let's go south. I guess we're ready. Alright, south we go. So now we're back at the Hawken Gate to get the other Gambler Jack volume. And this is when you're on your way to go to, what is that place called? The Kingfisher Inn, isn't it? Is it Valeria Lake? Anyway, when you go to really start chapter 6, that's the start and the deadline, really. Oh yeah, once you once you basically set up camp there, that's the point of no return, cause you ain't coming back to Bose for a while. Anyway, so now we got the Jack